Welcome to the Rusted Garden. It's the beginning of March, Maryland Zone 7. My garden's really coming out of hibernation. I have a lot that survived. Right in this space, I want to plant radishes, but a lot survived. Over in the far right corner is some lettuce. That's broccoli rabe right down there. That is a mustard green, the purple. Some cilantro. Coming across this way are some beets, some kale. I'm going to move all that, and this is something that you can do pretty easily. If you had anything that survived, a lot of your biennial cool weather plants can take the freeze and frost, so they still survive in somewhat mild winters, even winters that get a deep freeze. We still get freezes like down to 15 degrees, but it wasn't so bad this year. Got some Swiss chard. Over here I started the transplant process. I have some beets that survived, put in one chard, and I just want to really give you the principle, is you can go ahead now, move the surviving greens all into one space, feed them, take care of them. You can eat the leaves, they're going to bloom, they're going to flower, you can eat the blooms, you can eat the flowers, but it's just a way to kind of consolidate everything so you can start planting in other places. And I'm just going to real quick show you a transplant of a couple of things, and then the most important thing is give them a water-soluble fertilizer, and I'll talk more about that at the end. The plants are starting to grow because the weather's getting warmer. Really all you have to do is just take out a big root ball. Nothing fancy. Get down deep. Oh, got two. And then take this over to the area that you want it to go, and you can replace the dirt with something from over there. Now it's best if you pre-dig the hole, but just take your transplants over, drop them in. You have a nice root ball, and then gently fill in around it. You can lift it up, get some dirt under there, and I can see, take out the weeds. But this is prism kale. And this right here is chamomile. So I'm going to plant this up, show you what it looks like, and then we'll talk about fertilizing it. Not much to it, but just move over whatever survived into a small space. What this really does too is it gets everything in one area so that I don't need to walk around and feed all the straggling plants that are in different beds. I can use the other beds for new plantings. Now I'm using a water-soluble fertilizer. I'm using a processed chemical fertilizer. I want to dispel the myth that the word chemical means bad. Everything in the universe is a chemical. This will not hurt you, but if you'd like to use an organic water-soluble fertilizer, go ahead and do that. But you want the water-soluble fertilizers, and you really want to soak in something with a high nitrogen, because these are mostly your leafy greens. You just want them to grow green leaves. The water-soluble fertilizer is readily or immediately available to your plant system. The insoluble fertilizers have to break down over time with soil life and microbes, and you don't want that for this. Just water them in with a nice nitrogen fertilizer, and that's all you need to do. So here's the space cleared out of the kale and the beets. I dropped in some radishes, 3 different varieties, German Giant, Purple Plum, and White Beauty, and I dropped in some of my purple potted peas that I've been growing as transplants that were about 16 days old. The other thing, and I got to go out to the store and pick some up, is when my greens are starting to come up, the snails and slugs are coming out. So I want to go get my iron phosphate, sprinkle some iron phosphate around here. That will take care of the snails and slugs, and I will have greens to harvest in about, 14 days, 21 days. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube channel. Thank you.